Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of magic to uncover the most dangerous tricks ever performed. These aren't your average card tricks or disappearing acts. We're talking about life or death illusions that have captivated and terrified audiences for centuries. From bullets whizzing past ears to bodies submerged in water, these feats seem to defy logic and push the limits of human endurance. Stay tuned as we reveal the secrets behind these death-defying acts, exploring the history, the methods, and the magicians who dared to challenge fate itself. The bullet catch. It's a trick that sends chills down your spine, a testament to human audacity and a gamble with fate. A magician stands before a loaded gun, the barrel aimed directly at them. The trigger is pulled, a deafening bang echoes through the air, and the impossible happens. The magician catches the bullet, unscathed. This isn't some parlor trick, it's a dance with death that has claimed the lives of many performers throughout history. The danger is real, the tension palpable. So how do they do it? The answer, like the trick itself, is a combination of skill, illusion, and a touch of calculated risk. The earliest recorded bullet catch dates back to the 16th century, where performers would use sleight of hand and specially designed firearms to create the illusion. These early guns often had multiple barrels or chambers, allowing the magician to secretly load a blank while presenting a seemingly live round to the audience. Some magicians employed assistants who would swap out the real bullet for a wax or ice one, which would melt or shatter upon firing, leaving no trace. Others relied on misdirection and carefully concealed traps within the stage or even their own mouths to catch the bullet. But the most daring method, the one that truly separates the masters from the reckless, is the use of a real firearm and a real bullet. This technique requires nerves of steel, meticulous planning, and an understanding of physics that borders on the supernatural. By using a specially designed gun barrel or manipulating the firing mechanism, the magician can force the bullet to travel at a reduced velocity. This slower projectile can then be caught in a concealed metal plate, a heavily padded glove, or even a mouth guard designed to absorb the impact. But even with these precautions, the bullet catch remains one of the most dangerous tricks in magic. A slight miscalculation, a moment's hesitation, or a faulty prop can have fatal consequences. Imagine being submerged upside down, trapped in a locked glass tank filled with water. Your breath grows shallow, your lungs scream for air, and the weight of the water presses in from all sides. This is the terrifying reality of the water torture cell, a trick made famous by the legendary Houdini. Houdini, a man synonymous with escape and illusion, made this perilous act his signature, captivating audiences with his ability to cheat death by mere seconds. The water torture cell was more than just a trick, it was a meticulously designed puzzle box, a testament to Houdini's ingenuity and physical prowess. The tank itself was typically made of steel and glass, allowing the audience to witness every agonizing moment. Houdini's feet were secured in stocks, his body hoisted into the air, and the tank slowly filled with water. The danger was real, the stakes incredibly high. Drowning was a very real possibility, and Houdini trained relentlessly to withstand the physical demands of the trick. He learned to control his breathing, expanding his lung capacity to superhuman levels. He practiced yoga and meditation to remain calm under duress, his mind becoming a weapon against the rising panic. The secret to Houdini's escape lay in the design of the cell itself. The stocks holding his feet contained hidden mechanisms that allowed him to subtly maneuver his body, creating just enough space to draw a breath. The tank itself often had a secret panel or hatch, cleverly concealed from view, which Houdini could access once he had freed his feet. This escape route was often located at the back of the tank, hidden in the intricate framework or disguised as part of the supporting structure. Houdini's assistants also played a crucial role in his survival. They were strategically positioned around the stage, ready to intervene at a moment's notice if anything went wrong. The water torture cell was a spectacle, a death-defying feat that pushed Houdini to his limits and cemented his legacy as a master of escape. The image is both mesmerizing and terrifying, a gleaming blade, cold and sharp, sliding down the throat of a performer. The sword swallow, a staple of sideshows and street performances for centuries, is a testament to human control, discipline, and the ability to overcome our most primal fears. This isn't a trick for the faint of heart. It requires immense skill and precision, a deep understanding of anatomy, and an almost superhuman ability to suppress the gag reflex. One wrong move, one involuntary spasm could have disastrous consequences. The journey of a sword swallower begins long before they ever touch a blade. It starts with mental training, learning to control the involuntary muscles that line the esophagus. The gag reflex, designed to protect us from choking, becomes the sword swallower's greatest adversary. To overcome this natural defense mechanism, performers spend years desensitizing their throats. They begin by practicing with their fingers, gradually working their way up to larger and smoother objects. Some use wooden dowels of increasing diameter, while others employ curved metal rods, each step bringing them closer to the real thing. The sword swallower must also become an expert in anatomy, understanding the delicate balance between pushing their limits and avoiding serious injury. They learn to align the blade with their esophagus, carefully navigating past vital organs and arteries. The sword itself is no ordinary blade. It's typically longer and thinner than a standard sword, with a rounded tip and a dull edge. The weight and balance are crucial, allowing the performer to control its descent with minimal resistance. During the performance, the sword swallower lubricates the blade with saliva or oil, further reducing friction. They tilt their head back, aligning their throat with their stomach, and slowly insert the blade. The danger, however, is always present. Buried alive. It's a primal fear, a nightmare scenario that has haunted humanity for centuries. The thought of being trapped beneath the earth, surrounded by suffocating darkness, is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. And yet for some magicians, it's the ultimate illusion, a testament to human endurance and the ability to cheat death itself. The buried alive illusion dates back centuries, with tales of fakirs and mystics surviving for days or even weeks underground. These early performances often relied on trickery and deception, utilizing hidden chambers or air shafts to allow the performer to breathe while maintaining the illusion of entombment. But as the art of magic evolved, so did the buried alive illusion. Magicians began to push the boundaries, attempting longer and more daring burials. They developed elaborate systems of air tubes, signaling devices, and even underground chambers equipped with food, water, and basic necessities. One of the most famous practitioners of the buried alive illusion was Houdini, who incorporated a modified version of the trick into his repertoire. Houdini's burial involved being sealed inside a coffin and lowered into a grave, often in full view of the audience. While Houdini's burial didn't involve being buried alive in the strictest sense, it still required immense physical and mental strength. Modern-day magicians who perform the buried alive illusion employ a variety of techniques to survive their subterranean ordeal. Some utilize specially designed coffins equipped with air tanks, two-way radios, and heart rate monitors to ensure their safety. The key to surviving a buried alive illusion lies in meticulous planning, a thorough understanding of the environment, and the ability to remain calm under extreme pressure. The human blockhead. It's a sideshow classic, a cringe-inducing spectacle that seems to defy logic and anatomy. A performer with seemingly superhuman abilities hammers a nail directly into their nostril. The audience gasps, winces, and wonders, how is that even possible? The answer, like many magic tricks, lies in a combination of illusion, skill, and a bit of anatomical knowledge. Contrary to what our eyes tell us, the nail isn't actually being driven into the skull. Instead, the performer exploits a quirk of human anatomy, the nasal cavity. The nasal cavity, the space behind your nose, is larger than you might think. It's a complex structure filled with air pockets and lined with a thin, moist membrane called the mucosa. This membrane is surprisingly resilient and flexible, capable of stretching and contorting to accommodate foreign objects. The human blockhead trick relies on the performer's ability to manipulate their nasal cavity, creating a pathway for the nail to follow. They begin by tilting their head back, opening up the nasal passage. Then, using their finger or a small tool, they gently guide the nail along the floor of the nasal cavity, pushing it upwards towards the back of the throat. The key to avoiding injury is to apply slow, steady pressure, allowing the mucosa to stretch and accommodate the nail's presence. The performer must also be mindful of their breathing, ensuring they have a clear airway at all times. The illusion is further enhanced by the type of nail used. It's typically a thin, smooth nail with a rounded head, designed to minimize friction and discomfort. While the human blockhead trick might seem dangerous, it's actually relatively safe when performed correctly. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. We've journeyed into the heart of danger, uncovering the secrets behind some of magic's most perilous illusions. What other death-defying feats are out there waiting to be explored? Let us know in the comments which trick shocked you the most and what other mysteries you'd like us to unravel. Until then, stay curious, stay amazed, and remember the line between illusion and reality is often thinner than you think.